Okay. No, but that was good. I meant to tell you, like, when I started basing is when you,
I got it.
she knows me. So that's good. So from the basing. Okay, so now we have to base the subpartings. You have to. So you're going to take your tail comb. Only the plastic ones. We do not use our metal T-pin combs for any of this. You guys know what I mean? Those pintail combs or whatever. Okay, you want to do 1/2 inch subpartings. So it's just the line across. Yes. No, this stuff doesn't bother me because I'm just doing gel. You guys want to gel up on this part, that's your call. It's when I use the chemical that I'll put gloves on. But I don't care if you do or you don't right now. That's up to you. Because I know a lot of you guys don't like to touch the gel, and I get it. So every 1/2 inch. And you cannot not do this part. Can you guys see this okay? My arm's in the way. Is there a different, or can you see it? Is it good?
I think so.
Okay. You can? Okay. Oh my gosh, there was some videos on Canvas when I was at home on the Zoom. It was like all arm. How come nobody said anything? It's like, geez. No students said anything. 1/2 inch. You're basing the scalp. And that's it for this one. Okay. Can I see a thumbs up that you base all 4 quadrants at one time? Thumbs up. Should you base one quadrant and then start applying the product? Thumbs down. For the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to do everything in this back left quadrant. For you guys, I'm always going to want you to start this in the back. I don't care usually right or left, except for when we have a drill, it's going to be back left quadrant. And you're always going to base all 4 quadrants. Okay? So you base the hairline, the T-parting, and all 4 quadrants at the base.
For the protective cream.
Base.
Yeah, the protective base cream.
Correct.
When you're going through like the subsections and everything, is there like, should you ever be careful about like not getting it on too much of the hair? So like, would it?
That's a really good question. Try to stay on the head, on the scalp, as much as possible. Great question. Because there's a lot of times I see it come out way too far, and I'm like, what are you going for here?
Because I know some people have like a lot of hair too.
Yes.
So it's hard to see the
Dense.
scalp.
Dense. Yeah. Get in the scalp. Good question. All right. Anybody else? Questions? Okay. So now, I'm going to wipe my hand, get all that off. Now I'm going to put my gloves on. Okay. So I'm going to pour my shaving cream. I don't know if I have to shake it or not, but. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to start in the back left quadrant. I'm just going to do one quadrant today for demo purpose, but the step that I'm doing, you're going to do zone 2 or mid shaft on all 4 quadrants first. Thumbs up? Okay. So you want to take your sub parting should be 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, absolutely no bigger. And I know this little teeny one is, can I get some paper towels? And I know this little teeny one is just like such a weird little triangle, and none of us like it. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. You can take a paper towel and you can put it over here so that you can lay the hair on it so it doesn't lay on the other hair. Good? All right, so we're gonna start this one. You wanna start your application 1/2 an inch away from the scalp. So 1/2 an inch, and I'll show you what 1/2 an inch is. Now, don't keep wiping. Lay that product down so it lays down thick. And you wanna come up to 1 inch from the end, and that's usually if you hold 2 fingers right here like this, that's about 1 inch. Can everybody, if you can't see that or you don't know what 1 inch is, come up here close and look in person. All right, on the back side, you're gonna do it again. 1/2 an inch from the root and then up to 1 inch from the end. And 1 inch from the end is the 2 fingers right here, the pointer finger and the middle finger that's holding the hair. I want to see good coverage. Now, if Miss Grumman was evaluating you guys, she's a stickler on the sides. I forget the sides because those need to be covered. All right, so I'm going to lay that, and this is where banana peel is going to come in. But I want you guys, can you like bring the camera up here?
Yeah, I got pretty good when you were doing
Okay. I want you guys to see what a 1/2 inch looked like because this seems to be a big problem for everybody. It's about if I lay my finger on the scalp up to where I started, that's what a 1/2 an inch. It's not the length, it's the width of my finger, the fat of my finger. Can everybody follow? Thumbs up. Does anybody need to come up close? Because please do. I totally get it. All right, so then we're going to get our next sub parting. Same. I'm going to hold those ends. You want to try to be as consistent as you can. 1/2 an inch from the root. And remember, you guys, we talked about this before. The same thing applies with the sodium hydroxide as applies with the color. If you keep wiping and wiping and wiping and wiping, what are you doing? Removing color. And then the back side, I want you to do the back side every time. Because this product's so thick, it's not liquefied. It's not necessarily going to penetrate in there. And then remember, think about Miss Grumman, get those sides because she always evaluates that if she's evaluating. And now I know Miss Brinson and Miss Williams are going to look for that.
I always did.
I know you did, but it always was Miss Grumman. Like it kind of drove me nuts on my demos.
Yeah.
On my demos,
I know.
she was saying something. Okay, so banana peel, right? If I put hair one piece this way, then I'm going to put the other one this way. I don't know, like a banana. You pull this down, you pull this down, you pull this down, and we'll talk about why. Try to keep your hands as clean as you can.
If you get spotted on your gloves, should you change them?
You should at least wipe them, like have TPTs. You know what TPT is? Torn paper towels. I was trying to be fancy. They used to have the word TPT on the state board thing too. It would say TPTs. Now you know. If you see it on a state board question, you heard it here. TPTs. Would you please? All right, 1/2 an inch. And again, just keep going back in here. Get more product. You guys, I know, I hear a lot about how the shaving cream dissipates, but if you just lay this baby down, it's not going to dissipate. Also, I don't want to see anybody doing this. What is that doing? You're moving product and you're going up sideways the way the hair's growing. Right now, we're going down the cuticle. Best way to do it. Other side, 1/2 an inch. what we're gonna do today so that we're ready for when you guys do this process is we're gonna write down the steps on the board that you do and where you're gonna get checked so there's no confusion. Okay, can I see a thumbs up? Because I'm gonna wanna check you guys after you base the scalp, stamp. Then you're gonna get a stamp after you finish the mid shaft, stamp. After you do roots and ends, stamp. After you smooth and reapply, stamp. And then you're gonna tell me you're gonna go shampoo with the neutralizing shampoo at least 2 times and do a lot of rinsing, yes? Okay, so banana peel. To the side.
You missed the side a little.
Did I miss the side? Okay, thank you, Miss Grumman. Which side? Right here.
Yeah.
But she's not wrong because watch. If you open this up, this is what I'm looking for. You want to make sure the product's covered everywhere. Otherwise, the inside of the hair won't get straight. This product is not liquefied. It is thick lard and it doesn't seep through the hair. You got to make sure you have good coverage. So thank you. See, I'm just the sides. I start talking. So make sure 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch and no more. All right, now I want you guys to be super mindful. I'm gonna do one more section after this that's gonna be a wider section and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And yes, sometimes you're gonna be dealing with uneven hair at the ends and it's tricky. I get it. Did I get it, Miss Brinson?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. I like it. I love having extra eyes. Kind of.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, now this is serious, you guys, and I'm looking for this from you on when we do a drill and even when you're doing a, when you practice this. If you're taking sections that are too wide and you're holding the hair here like this, remember, you're over directing those ends in. So if the section's super wide, just split it in half and then come out from where the hair lives. Does everybody see what I'm doing? So that you don't round. You guys see how much product I'm putting down? This is what I want to see. Two inches, 1 inch on the end. Oh, yeah. Okay, I want to show you. I split this section, but if I was over directing and pulling this section all the way over here, like if my section's too wide, and then I want to put this on a 1/2 inch, but I'm pulling the hair. Look what happens when I pull this hair out. Now that's 1 inch. Can you guys see that? Yes, no? That's not okay because that, you guys know that when we get into that zone 2, it's harder to color in the mid shaft because it's not close to the scalp. You want to just work in front of your section. So again, when it gets wide on the head, split the sections. Take the time. I promise that your practice will make perfect and you will get faster at this because that's the goal. Do you know that this was a state board application? Was it virgin or was it this one? The whole thing?
This one.
And you had to do it in 20 minutes, the section. They did not play. And there was a student one time that challenged Miss Madrano like, I can't do it. You do it. And Miss Madrano nailed it. She nailed it. It can't be done. We had to do it when we were in school. You know, so yes, it can. Okay, so zone 2, 1/2 inch away from the scalp to 1 inch from the ends. Or you're going to call it mid shaft whatever you want. Let's say mid shaft on your papers. And you're gonna do this section all the way down. Now the reason I don't ever want you guys to start this in the nape is because you have to clip the hair up. And if you start in the nape, you have to clip the hair up. You do a section, then you have to unclip the hair, take it down, do another section, unclip the hair, take it down, do another section. That's time consuming. We don't have time to do that. We don't have that kind of time. Okay? All right. So now you're going to banana. So we all agree. We're going to do this from the crown all the way down to the nape, all 4 quadrants, starting in the back. Next step is we're going to do roots and ends. So banana peel this down, and that's the best way to keep it as least messy as possible. Don't grab the one from way before. That's.
When you're doing the other sections, are they just is that section just like laying there?
They're banana peeled across each other. So come here. I'm not sure. Come up here. I don't understand what you mean. Show me.
So if you did this whole section, are you gonna leave this all?
I'm going to
up here
leave
when you do
it.
this
No,
side?
before I go here, I'm going to banana peel everything down.
But you're not doing the roots and ends until all of it's applied.
Right, but you can
Okay.
banana. That's a great question.
Okay.
So when you finish your quad, I just needed you to show me what you meant
No,
because I
you're
wasn't. Okay, when you do this quadrant and everything's up, I need everything to come down and then go to your next section. Banana peel it down. Banana peel. Banana peel. Banana peel. All right, all 4 quadrants are done. Now, generally, when you start doing this, you will start to see, I call it the curl rest. The hair starts to deflate, meaning it looks like less, and you will start to notice that. Typically, you have to run through these sodium hydroxide relaxers so fast, it's not a lot of checking. I'm not asking you for any strand tests in this procedure. Once I get it all on, I'm going to show you how I test it. All right, we do all 4 quadrants, come back to the same quadrant where I started, and now I'm going to do roots and ends. You want to pick up, so you can see how that's laid. Do you notice I'm not pushing them all into each other and mushing it together? Can I see a thumbs up that I'm not mushing all the hair together? You can still see the separate entities, yes? Okay, I don't want to see mush hair, mushed. All right, now I'm going to come and get the same one of the ones I had, and I'm going to apply to the roots. And you know, in the book, it will stay slightly off the scalp, but when you're doing this on a live person, that's not what you're going to do. And slightly off the scalp means you're just not like, you know, when you guys color hair, I want you to lay it on their scalp, practically color the scalp. But slightly off the scalp means, come in close if you can. So it's on there, but it's not slathered on the scalp. I'm not laying the brush on the scalp. Does that make sense? So I did the roots, and now I'm just going to apply on the ends, through the ends, and make sure you get both sides well. And this is where you're going to get messy. So let me show you again on the roots. I'm just going to lay it there on the roots, and then run it through the ends. Banana peel still, because I don't want all this hair mushed together. I just don't. So side to side lay it, side to side. And I'm not wiping off the product. You're not seeing the product dissipate. Roots and ends. No, because we did that. That was the mid shaft. This is second application. It's number 8. They call it scalp hair and ends or roots and ends. That was Miss Knoll's scalp hair, which is fine. It's not wrong. All right. After you have done roots and ends on that section, just bring it down banana peel style and then go to your next section. Can we agree that you're going to go through roots and ends for all 4 quadrants now? Second application, yes? Thumbs up. Great. So, stamp that you're starting a sodium hydroxide relaxer. Section into 4 protective base cream. After you get that stamp, you get a stamp there. Then you're going to do the mid shaft, zone 2. Do that application all throughout the head. Get a stamp. Be open to the fact that we might say more product, too much product dissipated. Did you get the sides? Reapply a little more. Then you're going to come back after that's been stamped and you're going to go to your roots and ends. Okay? And I don't know why I don't have smooth and reapply. Let me do this. The last step is straightening and smoothing. We're going to use the back of the comb now to do moderate smoothing. But I don't have the reapply, but I'm going to talk about it. But we're going to talk about it. So everybody on number 9, where it's the smoothing technique, right next to it, put reapply. So just put smooth and reapply on there so that you know what I'm looking for. And again, you can use your all-purpose comb. You guys know me, I'm tail comb all day long. This is the back of the comb. I don't want to see anybody doing with the teeth, but I see it. Back of the comb. Some people call it the spine. This is the back of the comb. The back of the comb is this. Some people call it the spine, but it's not the teeth part. The back of the comb is what we smooth with. I know we're going into later, but we're going to just finish. Back of the comb, not the teeth. This is the back of the comb. This is the back of the comb that you're going to smooth with. Back of the comb, back of the comb. Back of the comb. Okay.
I knew you were going to do that.
Well, you know, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. What's that?
What part is that again?
The back of the comb. Okay, so this part I'm not asking for. Thumbs up that I'm just going to show you something I'm not asking you to do. Before you, in a real world, on a real relaxer, some directions might say get it off in 30 minutes. Some directions say the minute the person says their scalp is hot, take it off. It's a difficult thing to test for. I like to, when I'm doing them, is I'll take the back of my comb again, the back of the comb, and I'll just put it here. Now come over here so you can see can you guys see the dent I just made with my comb right there? The comb dent, yes? When you have really curly hair, you can see if the hair's starting to rest or if it's still really holding a curl, or you could see the curls pattern go from really kinky to less at that point, okay? All right, so now, that's good, thank you. Okay, so now, smooth and reapply means the back of the comb, I'm gonna go from the root, gently, moderate, and then I'm gonna go to the back. And reapply means the product that you took off during that process, you're just gonna put it back on. And if you have to get a little more, you can use your comb to dip it in, put it back. Because what happens when we take off product? It's not gonna work as much. I'm not saying I'm taking off the product, I'm smoothing it, but the product comes off. So I want to make sure that you smooth and reapply. But inevitable because you have to put moderate tension. So then I'm going to put it back. Okay? Next piece, I still want you guys to banana peel. So look, it's natural. When I'm smoothing, some product comes off, but I'm not wanting to take it off. And so all I want you to do is reapply it. Where you see it get taken off, especially like on the ends, it'll come off. And continue to banana peel. And this is just, it's a tremendous process, I get it. Okay, smooth. So watch, that much already came off when I started my smooth. So reapply, and then go to the back. Smooth. Ooh, Miss Madrano, I never hear her. I hear me all day long, but I never hear her.
Do you ever reapply more product?
If you feel like you need it, use your best judgment. So smooth, starting from the root. And then just continue that banana peel situation. Oh, wait. Smooth. And then either, I don't care if you smooth and reapply or smooth, reapply. I don't care which way you do it. I don't have a good whatever for that. Up. And then you do all 4 quadrants. Smooth. And reapply. Okay. So when you're done with that, you're just going to banana peel down. You can tell now, you see how it's been smooth, right? Now you wait. I think I need you guys to note it's not smashed down altogether. I still have the separation of the technique. I get it. It's easy to smush all this shaving cream together, but the problem is then I cannot see your sections. I can't see the work you've done. And it's just unbearable to work with when you smush them together. So the banana peels will keep it good. And then you do all the quadrants like that. We're going to check you then. When you're doing your drill, I'm just going to look that you took the time if you got any product in the other hair. I see a lot of students get product on the face. I get it. It's a lot to work with. Every scenario that's going to come up, I get it. But I want you to be mindful of cleaning your stuff and then your trash. All right. So when I've done the whole procedure and I want to get my stamp with my smooth and reapply, you're not done until you go to the bowl. So my question's going to be, what are you going to do after you smooth and reapply? Get it checked, but after that, when you go to the bowl, what are you going to do? Rinse thoroughly, shampoo twice. With a what? What are other names? You're going to see them all. I want you guys to hear it here. And then you're done. After you wash the hair out, come back, get a stamp.